I arrived at the manor I inherited from a long-deceased relative. The house stood deep in the forest, abandoned and covered with moss. The air was cold and heavy, as if the place itself held secrets. When I stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind me with a crash, and I knew something strange was about to begin. In one of the rooms I found an old leather diary. Its pages were yellowed, but the handwriting was clear. The entries spoke of strange rituals and a creature living in the forest. Every line made me shiver with fear and curiosity at the same time. It was a warning, but I decided to keep going. That same night, I heard rustling noises throughout the house. Someone was quietly walking through the halls like an invisible guest. I saw a shadow in the corner of the room. It moved silently and quickly disappeared. My heart pounded wildly, but I forced myself not to panic. It was just an old house, full of creaks and wind. Reading further, I learned of a tragedy that happened here many years ago. The previous owners died under mysterious circumstances. It was said their souls never left the manor. The thought chilled me, but I could not stop now. That night, I was awakened by a whisper that seemed to come from the walls. I felt something awaken and watch me. The silence was broken by a barely audible voice calling my name. From that moment on, I knew this was only the beginning. I began delving into the history of the manor and the family who built it. It turned out the curse had passed down from generation to generation, and now it had reached me. I felt fear and anxiety growing every day. I met an old forest ranger from the nearby village. He told me about rituals that had taken place here, and that the manor was a gateway between worlds. He strongly advised me to leave before it was too late, but I was too intrigued. In the forest, I discovered a stone circle, a place where ancient rites were performed. The air was thick and heavy, and I felt the presence of something evil. This place held secrets better left uncovered. Supernatural occurrences became part of my life. Objects moved on their own. I heard voices at night, and silhouettes appeared among the trees. I began doubting my sanity but could not stop. One night, when the darkness was especially thick, something grabbed my hand. Suddenly, the forest ranger appeared and helped me fight off the invisible force. He said this was only the beginning and warned me to prepare for worse. A mirror appeared in the house where there had been none before. In it, I saw a woman with empty eyes. She called to me and fear gripped me entirely. The mirror seemed like a portal to another world. I dreamed of this ghost. She begged for help, telling of her death. The dream was vivid and terrible. I woke up in a cold sweat, feeling something was approaching. I started looking for ways to protect myself, found talismans, and wrote prayers, but the ghost grew stronger. Her appearances became constant, and I felt more vulnerable. I discovered the ghost had been unjustly killed, and her soul could not rest without justice. I realized I had to help her. In the mirror room, I faced the spirit, reading a prayer. I tried to calm her. Her face twisted in pain, then she disappeared, leaving the air cold. In the forest, I met a strange man who told me he was connected to the manor and the ancient rites that cursed it. His words were frightening but truthful. We found old documents confirming the bloody ritual that caused the curse. The family paid a terrible price. We went to the place of the ritual, an altar covered in moss. There I felt the darkness trying to consume me. After returning, we were chased by the mirror ghost. We ran through the forest, escaping the shadow that wanted to consume us. I had to choose, leave everything or fight and break the curse. I chose to fight. We gathered talismans, diaries, and everything needed. The forest ranger helped us prepare for the ritual. We called a priest and friends. On the night of the full moon, we gathered at the manor ready for the final battle. When the ritual began, the spirits of the manor rose. The house shook, walls seemed to breathe, but we stood firm. Through prayers and spells, the curse began to break. The darkness retreated, and the ghosts vanished one by one. At dawn, the manor became brighter. The burden lifted, and we saved the house. Now it could be lived in peacefully.